All right, today we have another situation where someone online claimed that their artwork was hand-drawn and then got exposed by Synth ID for using AI. Well, that wasn't the original reason they were exposed, but it is part of it. And because who in their right mind starts up a Twitter account /X account and goes, just my side hobby, guys, tee-hee. So let's talk about who this is, and I'll teach you a little bit about Synth ID and a tutorial about Nano Banana, because it is necessary to understand how we are able to use this thing to figure out how they used AI. So it starts with the user named Phoebus Octavian, and I'm going to just call them Octavian for now because that's their username. They start an account on the 16th of November, followed by a traditional art post saying that they love to write and have an art hobby. And we're going to go look over that right now. It says here, side hobby activated out of pure boredom. Haruno Yukinosh sketch. And then this is supposed to be their sketch. Now there doesn't seem to be anything that we can say that really looks weird right now. But there is some things that I could go over, but we're not going to do that right at this moment because we're talking about it. So this was the original post, right? And they got 9 likes, 2 retweets. There's no major AI flags here. It just seemed like they posted some kind of something that was their art, right? But it was still new enough that no one noticed them here. Now, on the 23rd is when the first accusations of tracing over or possible AI started. They posted this and says, tried a new style, hee hee. And it's just Naruto, Sasuke, fan art bullshit. So someone did say that they stole this, but when I was trying to look in the comments, they said they stole it 1 for 1. I really couldn't find the proof of it. So if you know the proof or you've seen this already and you know what they've stolen from, please look it up in the comments. I did the reverse search that the people said that what came up in the reverse search, but nothing came up for me, and I really tried looking, so I'm being generous here. And they said they still claim to make it, and other people felt that it was AI due to how it looks. They weren't getting attention, but it was kind of getting strange because all of a sudden it was a new style, new color method. But I suspected that it was the first picture of Sakura that actually caused people to start seeing this is an issue, because right here what you're seeing is kind of watercolory, right? And you can see here there's some issues here in the eyes where there's a problem. It was personally this piece of art that had me kind of finding them to be suspicious, because it's like right here, these armbands just turn into their skin, and it seems to be a whole different art style than what they were putting up to begin with. And this got 27 likes and 6 quote retweet or reposts or whatever. So right here, you can already tell something's not right. It's already AI, but no one's looking at this right now, right? But it seems to get a little suspicious because they're rehashing the same thing, the same pose. Like here it is with the hands up near the face, and then again with the hands up near the face with the same fingers, and then it's the same thing with Sakura with the same hands and the same fingers doing the same pose, but it's just a little bit different. And for some reason, she has this right here. This is the reference. But here, even though she posted the reference, it's all wrong. It's missing a clasp here. She has these little dainty whatevers, and you can't see, and her arms are weird too. You can't see where her arms are going. You should technically see more of it right here, just a little bit, because that makes sense, or more of it right here. But this is starting to, where people are like, oh, this is a little bit wacky. Now, before I show you guys this, listen, y'all gotta go and subscribe to me, damn it, because I want to get to 15K by the end of the month. And I'm trying my hardest. So please do me a favor and subscribe. And go to my Patreon and follow me, or, there's stuff there. Do it. Anyway, on the 24th, when she posted that little comic in quotations, that's when people were noting distortions, like Sasuke's eyes that I showed you, and the chibi version kind of being broken. There is no massive pylon yet, but mostly people were like praising the ship content. And this is when I noticed she started to delete some of her artwork on there. That's when she started to delete some of her images on her account. So this is one of the images that she posted. Now she posted them together, and I just kind of want to show you how I was able to kind of tell that this was AI. Like, the thing is when you zoom in to these images, it kind of gets really warpy, right? Really, really warpy. So the thing is it seems like it was almost pointless for her to draw this square here, right? If the intention was to just let it bleed anywhere. Like, most of the time when people do this kind of thing here, that's kind of where you want to put the tape so that you have this. Now, it seems like, from what you can see here, that this should be a book, right? But it doesn't really look like a book to me, right? You see down here? Like, it looks like it's supposed to be folded, but this is not what a folded book looks like. And there's not that many watercolor sketchbooks that actually look like this. And on top of that, when you actually look more into the drawing, right? The more you look into this, it's a little bit warped here. And this over here and the jewelry is kind of weird. I personally think this is a little bit weird too. This, I don't know what it is about this. There's something that really bothers me. But the thing is that she said that she posted a clearer version, right? And this is the clearer version. So now when you look at it, now it has different jewelry right here. So we'll do it again. We'll do it again. Where's the thing? Here's this, right? See this right here. And now it's this. And it's always, did you also notice that this is a problem a lot of AI images have. The characters are never looking at each other. They're never ever, it's always weird. It's always like this person looks like this person. This person is looking at this person. I don't believe it. They're looking way over here and she's looking at him. And here the eyes are different where they're looking actually down more. And for some reason there's a line that goes up into his forehead. This is the image that made me go, this is probably AI. This is probably AI. This is probably an AI generated traditional piece. And because I've seen those as far as last year. There was a person who was posting Final Fantasy art and it was really just AI generated, and they were posting a really elaborate looking sketches and going, look, it's just a sketch I did this morning, 15 minutes. And everyone's like, bro, that's AI, stop it. So they were basically off for a few days, and then they came back after their little backlash and they did an Aaron and Mikasa art. And this is what started the problem. Okay. So it's this post right here. And they said that they used Procreate, and they have their, they have their images, their timeline of things that they're working on. Sorry, they have their progress. So it shows here, but it's weird. You know what I mean? It's like weird because I know Procreate really well. I know that Adobe Fresco can make this texture, this look. Procreate cannot do that. There's a lot of Procreate brushes and they're really great. But for this weird texture that even has a little darkness in it, you would need like Adobe Fresco, or it would need to be maybe Photoshop or something else, because as far as I'm aware, this cannot be done in Procreate. I've been using Procreate since 2020, and I've never seen brushes that can make this, like right here, all of this down here. I've never seen it before. So on top of that, this is supposed to be the sketch. I personally don't believe anyone sketches like this. So I'm going to save it real quick. I'm going to open it. So the reason why I don't believe anyone sketches like this is because of how this looks. You know what I mean? Like this is too much. And look at this down here. Do you see this? A little bit. Do you see how it has the right here in the arm, like it's already been painted? You can't do that with pencil. You know what I mean? Like it's like they reverse engineered it. Like they generated the image and then they said, give me the progress steps, because you can actually do that. I'll show you during the synth ID portion of this video. And on top of that, so the problem with this is that I don't know why they thought this was going to work in their favor. So they put all of these images into Procreate, took a screenshot, and then used an AI upscaler. Now, AI upscaling is whatever, but it's going to distort the image a little bit. It just depends on the upscaler, depends how bad the image is, you know what I mean? So what's the point of upscaling? Because all it's going to do is actually make it worse. So there's people fighting in the comments over this right here. So it's hard to see. I'm going to have to put it up. See right here? See how this is distorted right here in the upper left-hand corner of the screen? And so is this. These images are distorted. All the icons, look at this, all the icons are distorted. This is too round, this is messed up, this is messed up, this is also messed up, and also this is messed up. And look, this is also here messed up. Those screenshots for Procreate are already pretty big. I don't know why you would want to upscale them, but I don't believe that anyone actually drew this at all. This felt AI to me because of this section over here on the shoulder and the full arm here. And what are these marks? Like, the thing is did you notice that a lot of these end in tangents? And like some of them don't make sense, like not even where you would erase, like right here. Like, okay, so if you're if these are your real lines, right? There's so many of them that are like just warbly or fucked up or whatever, don't start and stop. Like this, this doesn't go into any place. This doesn't go into any place. It doesn't make any sense on why it looks like this. And then they did cross hatching on it to add texture, I guess. Texture, and even down here. This is whatever. I'm willing to forgive this ugly flower down here, but I don't believe that it would look like this. I just don't. And in every version, there's something wrong with this. So this is the first issue, is that even after they cleaned it up, stuff just appears wrong. So one person commented and said, hey, you actually stole this person's artwork. Because they did. This was drawn in January 2024 by Sume NSP. And they did 4 versions, and this is their version. And you can even see, look right here, look. It has the same lighting right here, right on the hand. Now, if you really wanted to take this as an inspiration, like me personally, I'm going to take this pose as an inspiration. I'm going to change it, obviously, but I'm going to do my own version. So if she was really interested in the idea of doing this, why did she just make the same thing? And she's like, oh my god, I was just inspired and I took it as reference. No, girl, that's not a reference. A reference isn't like trying to be one for one and repainting and redoing everything. That's not a reference. And her response was, I was just inspired by that pose and design though, since it's so pretty. And it's like embarrassing. It's embarrassing. So this is when people started to actually really start bothering them about their use of AI. And they're like, no, this is AI because you went and you put it through AI and then put it in Procreate. And now you're just showing us fake bullshit. And no one really was believing them. And like, I see where this person was going. There was a guy who was defending them. There's this guy named Lego Sock. He makes really cute artwork. I'll show you. He does like this type of stuff. Like you can see here, just in general, it's just very cute. You know, it is what it is. It's whatever. So they said using their own work, which is true. The thing is that the problem is that it is true that when you use an AI upscaler, it will distort it. So they use their own traditional artwork. And you can see right here, it goes Stanley, and then it goes here and it does this because they upscaled it. But at the same time, not a lot is really different. Some of the lines that were there before, you know what I mean? Like it did distort it. So there was no reason to do that. But they were really defending this and they wanted more and they explained more. Even just comparing the pictures, if this was truly AI generated, AI would never be able to replicate such small details like this one to a separate generation. Even if you took the first pic and fed it to AI and told it to finish it, it would change the brush strokes. AI cannot replicate the same exact brush strokes twice across multiple separate generated images. There's also actual structure in this sketch. You can see the way that they structured the faces and then added detail. If you ask AI to make a sketch, whether it will either just give you a regular drawing with tiny sketch lines, or it attempts to create the structure, it is anatomically wrong. And they're like, here's another more example of me using my own digitally upscaled. It's given any art the AI generated look, tried on literally any image. I will not say the artist didn't trace it though. I know that it lays over perfectly with the artist's piece, but if we're calling someone out for tracing, then call them out as tracing. But please don't basically call something AI within 4 seconds without critically thinking. And it's like there's multiple posts that have tried to use, oh, this was this one here. This is another one of their pieces. And they're like, I'm not trying to defend this artist after looking into a lot more, see a lot of different perspectives. I can see why people think the art itself is AI, but the pics being taken of the art on their tablet is not. And they really wanted to come and really do like due diligence. They really wanted to do their due diligence to defend an artist who they believed was not using AI. Now, because it is an AI generated image, it got community noted, and it says right here, this is an AI generated image from the original fan art. And then they link to the original fan art. Because the thing is if you are, I didn't actually know this, but if you are a blue check person on Twitter and you get community noted, all the money from that you get from the traction of the post, it gets taken away, so you don't actually get any cash. Didn't know that until today. So she replies, this is not AI generated though. I have appealed against it though. I know shitter is racist, but still. And as you can see, it has 1 million views. So what happened here? So people in these comments are like, AI, they want to see, proof that this person really drew this, because the screen caps say absolutely nothing, because now you can actually get what you can pretend as your workflow is you make the generated image, then you take it over to, you ask for an Adobe Photoshop file, then you can transfer the file over to Procreate, open it in Procreate, and it could prove, oh look, I did my layers. And people are kind of making a comment about how this account is based in India, because there are there's this thing that came out recently about like people who are like super pro-Trump thing, where their accounts aren't actually based in the United States. They're all like people who are pretending to be American. So this is just another post from somebody who is a scammer from India using AI to pretend to be an artist so they can get clout and get likes and replies and eventually get the blue check thing so they can get money off of their posts. I think that was the plan. But people in the comments in total are still fighting over this, right? So, okay. And it spirals into a slight conversation that I feel like is a bigger conversation that I might make for another video about why do people who use AI want the artist title so bad? I'll eventually make a video maybe next week about that, because I feel like that's an important topic to discuss. So the artist, well, the AI bro, gets really mad at all the critiques, and they tell people to never post to me again, and they start blocking people, and because they really can't handle the backlash, and they should have never started this to begin with. Because the thing is they started the account with some basic, what I would assume, like if I was assuming and I didn't know it was an AI thing already, I would assume it was maybe like a 16, 17-year-old maybe that posted it. Maybe 19, someone who hasn't been drawing very long kind of thing. And then they just post up this overly painted style, like, okay, yeah, that I'm 100% sure you knew how to do that. Because they tried to hide their AI use by using the upscaler. And even though they're going through all of this drama, they're continuously posting new AI images like the other images didn't exist. So on December 1st, they post a Violet Evergarden image on their account. And why do I believe it is a man? This is also one of these. I believe that they're men because, like, okay, the people who have done AI traces, right, where they're tracing AI and they're putting it in their process and they're hiding it, that is more sneaky. And there's less of them, right? But they're more sneaky. and they're like always like an AFAB or like a woman. It's always I know that there's men that do it, but the ones where they're sneaky and they have a following and they're putting it in their process and they're lying about it, they're almost always women. Almost always. And these AI users pretending to be artists, I feel, are almost always probably men. I feel like I don't know why. It feels like man shit to me. And I wanted to talk also about this. This is clearly AI, you can just tell by the face, but they use, so I follow this person, the VMG. I follow him. Do I follow him on here? No, I don't, but I do now. So he is an amazing artist. He's an amazing artist. Amazing. Watching him stream is a complete delight. And if you have never watched his streams, they're very much a vibe, chill, and at the same time you get to see his process because he's so freaking fast too. He's so fast. If you want to learn some shit, you can learn some shit from him. He is, I love his work. I love his work. And he replied to this, and like, it's funny because I messaged him and I was like, look, bro, look who's underneath your comment section. Some AI user just posted their work under you, and he was like, oh no. All right, so now we have to talk about what a synth ID is. And we also need to talk about what Nano Banana is. Now, if you guys have not heard on what Nano Banana is, it is, okay, sorry, first, I don't know how much you guys know about Google's AI. So Gemini is Google's version of ChatGPT. You can just message it exactly the same, but it's a little bit different. It's not trying to be your friend and shit, you know? And Nano Banana is their AI image generator. It can do things, and recently the pro version, and in general, I feel like once you guys see this, it might make you feel a little bit doomerish. Okay, so don't doomer in the comments. Okay, don't doomer in the comments. But right now, for the sake of this video, it's to teach you something. Okay, so I'm trying to teach you guys something. You guys come here for this drama, but I'm also trying to give you guys information that you can take with you on the road. So in Nano Banana, they have this thing called a synth ID. And what it is Google DeepMind's invisible watermarking system for AI generated images, because they felt that there should be a transparency of AI generated imagery. So this means that certain AI models will generate the image and embed a hidden digital signature right into the pixels. You can't see it, you can't crop it out, you can't screenshot it away, but machines can detect it. It's basically an invisible stamp that says, yo, hey, machine made this, okay? And the watermark does survive compression, resizing, and all the tricks people have used when they're trying to hide the AI's origins. I have tested trying to strip the synth ID from an image I found from one of these images, and it still did come up. So I saw online that people say that there is a way to remove it, and I am not sure about that way because I was kind of trying to figure it out myself so I could just tell you guys what it is. But the people who I was seeing on Reddit said that basically they don't want to give it out, so people aren't being bad actors. So I want to try to run you through and ask for the synth ID so you guys know how it works, okay? All right, so this is Google Gemini, and up here it says Nano Banana Pro, now on Gemini, blah, blah, blah. But you can just use it right here. And what we're going to do is I'm going to upload. So we're going to use the image that they posted online. And we're going to go, does this have a synth ID? I'm not going to make you guys wait. So I'm going to put it on pause until it's finished. Okay, so as you guys can see here, I simply asked, does this have a synth ID? And it shows it's thinking, and it said most of this image was edited or generated with Google AI. While the image contains a visible signature with text overlays, the synth ID tool detected the invisible digital watermark embedded in the content, confirming its AI provenance. And that's really all you need to do. I can do it again. I will take another one of their images and I will put it in here. We'll take, let's see, because I saved a few of them. Okay, this one, for example, and I took screenshots of these. I didn't actually save them on my computer. So I'll ask it again. Does this have a synth ID? Wait, I'm going to pause it so you guys don't have to wait. And there we have it. It says, yes, this image contains a synth ID watermark, despite it being a screenshot of a social media post with the visible signature of Phoebus Octavian. The invisible synth ID watermark has successfully detected in content, indicating that the artwork was generated using Google AI. This is actually a really great thing to check for. And the thing is in another video, I'll go over it. But for now, Nano Banana is, like what people are using. People still do use Stable Diffusion. Now, the thing with that tool is it does not cover anything else made anywhere else. So unless it's made with Nano Banana specifically, it will not detect whether or not it is an AI image, because synth ID is generated during the process of making the image. Okay, so you can't just put the image in there and ask it. And I went to Hive Detector just in case to show you guys that Hive Detector does work sometimes. And it says input contains AI generated or deepfake content, and it is AI generated Gemini 3, which is the new one that just came out. So this right here does prove sometimes that you can trust these things sometimes. Not always, but sometimes. If you're not sure and you want to check another source, feel free to, if you put something in this and it does it, check other sources too. Don't just go based off of this. Find something else. But Synth ID is here to stay. I don't know how you remove it, because I did try to remove it. Here's an example. I posted this. There is a website that says remove synth ID, and I put it through there and the image got processed. And it says, yes, every single image you posted contains a synth ID watermark, indicating that all of them were generated or significantly edited using Google AI. So now that we have this thing, and we also have a thing where, the images are starting to look a little bit better than they used to. Now we have a way, if it was Google, to detect whether or not these people are just posting AI images and putting them out into the ether, So I hope that I hope that I'm not get any judgments or any rude comments about me showing you guys how to use this, because I've posted things like this before, and I'm really here trying to educate you guys on things that I feel that you need to know as artists so you can protect yourself. So if you're going to think that you're going to support somebody who's posting some of your favorite fan art, you can find out if they're an AI user. Just, try not to trust every artist you see. Synth ID isn't there to embarrass people, but it's there because people are misrepresenting artists in general. And it's become so common on platforms that we need a way to know whether something is handmade or not. And at least with this is, I feel, maybe a step in the right direction. Yeah, they're doing shitty things, but this thing is now here to go, hey, motherfuckers, you're not going to get away with it. So I guess, I don't know. So I guess, what is the artist's takeaway, right? I don't feel like you need to prove yourself to everyone online. But showing your process does help protect you, because this is exactly what he did. This is the fake process. Let's make fake art, and then, oh, look at this. This is the clean. This is the new one. This is the base, the coloring, and then everything else. Because Nano Banana can literally give point A to point B for sketches. So it's a fake AI process. There's no other reason for wanting to do that. I commented on this, it was last week, where it's this could be helpful for people if they're wanting to learn how to do digital art. And I'm this isn't really good for learning. Tracing is only good for copying, not learning. So you guys got to keep your stuff together. I know this is going to suck, and I would say that if you can, you should probably record every process, because it is now well known across every single drawing program that you can hide the process of using AI. And that sucks. That sucks. And I tested Nano Banana not that long ago, because someone told me that I should try it on one of my old sketches in this AI debate server. and I did. So, but that's going to be another video. I don't really believe that you need full time lapses or fancy editing and all that. You know what I mean? Like, you just need to try to have enough to establish authorship, because AI impersonation is just getting better, and I feel like thankfully Synth ID is the way to go. And I would hope that I know that like Comfy AI and stuff is not going to implement that, so that's always going to be a way around it. But for now, you can always figure out if something is AI. But with Nano Banana looking better than that other stuff, you can really just scan it in. But what do you guys think? Should AI generated images automatically be labeled so situations like this can't happen? Or do you guys think the responsibility should be on the user to disclose it? Because the server that I'm in, that I run, there is a AI user there that is very pro AI, and her plans are to release an AI generated book and keep using like ghost writer personas to release a book every time she gets figured out that it's AI. So I told her, I was like, you're wasting your own time and you're wasting your effort. I would just admit it. Now that you know Synth ID exists, what do you guys think? And if you guys stayed to the end, you know what? Emoji of a dolphin if you guys don't know what to say. I'll take that. And please subscribe because I am working really hard. So I will see you in the next one, guys. Bye.